Welcome to Out of the Blue, the podcast. I'm Vernon West, joined by my son and co-host Vernon West III, a talented singer, songwriter, and artist who's created our show's logo and theme song. Today, we're honored to sit down with an artist whose journey is as powerful as his music. Kidd Griffey brings real stories to the surface, blending hip hop, country, and soul with raw emotion and spiritual grit. Raised in Rockford and refined in Detroit, Griffey's voice carries the weight of struggle, survival, and self-belief. He picked up the pen at just 17, fighting through depression and isolation. By 21, he was faced with life-altering seizures. Yet, through it all, his faith and his music became lifelines, transforming pain into purpose. Now, Kidd Griffey stands as a voice of restoration, creativity, and truth. His story is one of resilience, faith, and the unshakable belief that music can heal and inspire. So let's dive into this journey and welcome Kidd Griffey to Out of the Blue, the podcast.
What's up, man? Thank you so much. I'm good. How you feeling today?
I'm great. I'm doing great. Great.
I love
Um,
that intro.
oh, it's all true, man. It's all true. And your life. I think Vernon probably has a lot to relate there because at 17, at 16, you started doing stuff too, right, Vernon? And it definitely me too. I started at 15, even.
Oh, see, yep.
I think I wrote my first song. I was about 16, and it was definitely due to getting out of my. I felt like my life sucked so bad
Hmm.
that if I could just help other people,
It'll make it better.
it make me better, make me feel better. And I mean, that seems to be I found that to be a theme with a lot of artists that I've met, comedians as well as musicians, that they get out of their own pain by helping lift other people up. So, I mean, let's start at the beginning of this, like we start every podcast, is what is the out of the blue event that happened that started this ball rolling, that if it didn't happen, you wouldn't be sitting here today?
My mom making the decision to have me move to Detroit with my father, right in the middle of my senior year. So yeah, that was kind of that was my out of the blue moment. And I got up there and I had my stepbrother when I was up there, but then he ended up getting sent to military, not military, what's it called? Military camp or
Boot camp?
boot camp? Boot camp. He got sent to boot camp. And so I was there by myself a lot. And just being by yourself after being around so many people all your life, basically. And it's like you've been in schools with a lot of people and things like that to now come over to a new space and you're in a school where it's not even actually like an official high school. I was going to a place called Diploma Success Academy. It's like a computer school.
Oh, sounds
So
good.
it's like everything that we did was pretty much on a computer. So once I had to get out of the mindset of going to different classes to just sitting in one room with about 10 people and we're just on our laptops doing our work.
That's a hard adjustment.
So weird. It was so weird.
Yeah, a lot less social, it sounds.
Yeah.
You were self-taught, I would say, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
What do they call that an autodidact. Well, that's like a lot of people, some of the greatest people in the world have been autodidacts, self-taught.
And it worked for me because I graduated. I got finished with everything 2 months early.
Well, that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
nice.
So then what happened next as it unfolded? As your life unfolded?
Once I graduated, I was pretty much in the mindset of, okay, I've been here long enough. And I was there for about 6 months. And I was like, okay, I just feel like I need to go back to where I feel home is. And so I moved back to pretty much my hometown, Rockford, Illinois. Even though I was raised in Chicago, I was pretty much raised in Rockford. And so I moved back here, and I was doing good for the first 3 years when I was here. I was just building up and things like that, not being taught that much growing up to like be a man or things like that. So you're learning things on the fly as things go and things. So by the age of 20, right before I was going to turn 21, I was pretty much planning on moving out of Rockford, but on my birthday, April 30th, I ended up starting the day after I started having seizures. And they only happened in my sleep. They didn't really happen when I was awake. It only happened like maybe 3 or 4 times when I was awake out of 5.5 years. So, and the doctors couldn't really explain what was going on with me because it started out the blue and seizures don't run in my family. So it was just something that was like really weird and just out the blue. And so I had to deal with that for about 5.5 years. And the doctors tried to put me on medication. But the way that it was making me feel, I just really did not like it. It made me feel very lazy, like I just didn't want to do anything and just be stuck in the bed. And it made me feel sick sometimes. I was like, yeah, this is just not for me. I self took myself off medication.
And did you get
And
any more
just
seizures?
yeah, I dealt with seizures throughout the whole time from the age of 21 to 26. I dealt with seizures.
And they stopped eventually?
Yeah, they stopped literally December of right before 2023 New Year's. December is when they stopped. And to be honest, I can't tell you what it was. I pretty much just got a closer relationship to God. I stopped stressing over a lot of things and really just started focusing on the things that I felt like I needed to. And there were days where it was very scary because it's like you never know if you're gonna wake up, especially at the beginning, like when you first start having them, because it's like it's out of nowhere. You've never dealt with anything like this, and to know that you can go to sleep and not wake up is
Terrifying.
very traumatic.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't know. I guess I was just strong enough to get through it with all the statistics that I seen with people dying in their sleep from seizures and people even dying awake while they're having seizures. And to be able to make it through 5.5 years of that is definitely a blessing.
I'd say so. I had a younger brother, Vernon's uncle, Paul, and he had seizures, started having them at a young age, like about, I think it was like 15 or 16. And he played in the band, and he would, he would have a seizure, and the first time he had one, they didn't know what was going on, and it scared the shit out of everybody. And he went on that medicine that you're probably talking about, and it's one of the Dilantin or
Uh-huh. Yep.
Dilantin. That was it.
Yep.
And that stuff, he hated it so
Yeah.
much because it made him lethargic and he gained a lot of weight. It was terrible.
Yes.
He went from being a nice, slim, fit guy to like blowing up because of that medicine. But he
Hmm.
kept taking it. I wish, I hear you doing this. I wish Paul was alive. I have a feeling he's watching this with us right now because you have such a great example of what you made it. You didn't have to take the medicine, and now
Yeah.
they've stopped happening. Like I don't, who knows why healings happen. It's sort of like combination of your will and your connection to God or a higher power. These things combine and somehow it changes your harmonically, healthy wise, and you're a beautiful example of something like you turned a what we would call a bad out of the blue moment to a positive. You made it. You seemed like you from that you grew in such a way. You said you became more. You got more God conscious. And I believe you probably started writing as a result of all going through this, right? I mean,
Yeah, I was actually still writing while I was going through it. I was so afraid just to like release music at some point while I was going through it because I felt like if I released something and I didn't make it to see what it could actually be, that would suck a lot more than like a lot of things. So it was like I was writing in between the times, and I feel like my music and just music in general is something that truly helped me out of that situation. Because me knowing that if I can make it out of this, I'm possibly still able to chase my passion and write music and do this music and stuff. Like that's something that I can push for. So if I can work on getting myself healthy to the point where I'm able to drop music and become an artist and at least do this before I'm taken away, I let me try to do that. And to be able to come out of that healthy and being able to move forward, even though I've lost some of my memory, I had to relearn a lot of things over the first like year and a half, 2 years to really get myself back into a position where I was able to work how I wanted to have the energy and the strength to do all the things and a mental capacity to just handle the world. And so it was hard to like get it all together, but I felt like with patience and just God and trusting myself, like I felt like that helped me through. And then like to be able to drop my music after it was done and people actually attract to it and it's actually making a name for me and it's actually doing good. And I'm not even at my full potential shows me that I came out of that for a reason.
Absolutely. I love that. That's the purpose. We've got to have a purpose. Passion is great, but if you don't have a purpose, it's sort of misdirected. It's scattered, but having that focus now, that's brilliant, and it's really inspiring. I think Vernon, you definitely went through a stage where you just devoted yourself to your music because you were going through a lot of shit yourself. I remember, do you remember,
Hmm.
Vern? He'd be down in the studio all night long. I'd go down and bring him some food. You gonna come up? I'm doing this,
Oh
gotta
yeah,
do this.
which phase? I'm thinking multiple. Yeah, because when I was in
Multiple.
high school, it was like, kind of being either like bullied or like feeling you like you don't fit in. And so then I
Mhm.
just spent like a summer sort of like they'll all see kind of thing. A little
Yeah.
sort of that like I'll make a name for myself, but like feeling like this was this was my like saving grace, like music. And then again later I fell into like yes, a like pretty dark depression where I just like couldn't like leave the house and all I had was the music. And it really is
Mhm.
like a I don't know, it's a very healing thing. Not only because it gives you like a purpose, but because like making music is
It's a release
really
in itself.
yeah, it's like a meditation.
Yeah.
So I imagine for you that was also connecting you closer to like your higher power, like getting in that place. And then did you like write about, I'm sure you must have, like did you write about like what this feeling of like having to be so present in every day because you're not sure if you'll like wake up the next morning? Was that
It's not something that I've fully talked about yet in my music.
okay?
But it is a project that I've said that I would work on because I don't know. Sometimes I don't want to get stuck on that. It's like God brought me through it, and like it's like now it's just speaking about the things that I like have been through, but at the same time the things that I'm working on right now.
Hmm.
And so it's like, but I do want to make a project because I feel like my story is very impactful, and it's a lot of people who go through the things that I go through, and people who know people who go through the things that I go through, and they couldn't make it out of it. And
Right.
so to see someone actually go through the things that you're going through, or see the things that someone you're close to go through, and they were able to get out of that and push themselves and really move forward and grow, it will give other people motivation to be like, okay, I'm dealing with this right now, but if I can really just focus in on what my true purpose is and really just give it my all, and at the same time, really building a spiritual connection with you and God, I feel like that'll really help motivate people to really just try something.
But it's definitely there, like if you're afraid to, of your losing your life, there's no way like I mean, clearly it brought you to God, which is like the ultimate sign of like, nah, I'm just grateful to be here.
Yeah.
Like, and I really respect the not, I tend to like I only write about like my sadness, which is kind of it's kind of
And
become a crutch.
yeah, I've had people ask me about that, like, because the people around me will see me, and I won't write in times when I'm sad. Like, I won't write in those times. Like, and it's because I've always wanted like inspirational like music. Like, even though like I'm dealing with the worst, I still want to give you the most uplifting song or
Oh,
something that'll
that's
make you
beautiful.
just move a little bit and really just groove. And so it's like, so those are the things that help me get out of that because sometimes I feel like when you write sad songs, they are good because I have one or two. They are good, but it's like, so when you hear those things, it brings you back to those times.
Yeah, sure. It's like it's more for if someone's going through a sad
Yeah.
moment, that's when you like appreciate that or like
Yes.
it feels right. But if you are uplifted in the moment, you're not gonna be like looking for the sad song to
Yeah.
like make you cry, you know?
Yeah.
Uh yeah, you wanna be like reminded of how good life can be if you
Exactly.
shift your perspective.
Oh wow. That brings me back to when I was in my 20s. And we were coming up during the punk scene,
I
and
remember that era.
we used to say, why do these people just want to complain all the time in their songs? Isn't life tough enough? Why do we need to be reminded that everything sucks?
Hmm.
It's like I
That's
was all,
very true. It's like, man. But it's good for moments like when you're going through certain things and you have an artist that you can attach to who has also went through those things and they can speak on those things. When you're going through it, it's definitely helpful to have those songs around because I definitely have my playlist of songs where I just know if I'm going through something, I can just put this on and they can
Right.
speak through my pain. Like
right.
the things that I can't word and voice, they've been through the same thing and they're so well with their words, it can help me feel like I'm getting it out.
Yeah, that's great. And I think
Totally.
uh, for me, those songs mean a lot to me. I've written my share of them, believe me. But I do think the best ones are the ones that, yeah, you're talking about that darkness and that depression or whatever it is you're talking about, but you have a resolution.
Yeah.
I felt like that was the challenge as an artist, was to not just go and write a song that just complains about it, but talk about the experience of finding my way forward, getting out of it. And here I am now, but I was that. Okay. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So that was
Yeah.
to me the goal of those kind of songs. But
Definitely.
yeah, I can feel you though. I see you do it. I love what you're doing. I mean, I really do. I love music, period. I think music is something very spiritual. I wouldn't even doubt if someday I have a fantasy, because I've been through the medical world. Oh my gosh,
Hmm.
it's no fun. And it's very brutal, between the machines, the wires, and the chemo and whatever you got to do. It's hurtful. It's painful. Sometimes, like it always hit me how the nurses had to gob up before they came near me to put a chemo in my arm. And I said, "Well, why do you got to wear all that? Because if one drop of this hits my skin, and I'm going, you're putting it in my vein? What the heck?
He was like, that makes no sense.
You know what I mean?"
No.
So I think like what
Uh,
I think really got me through cancer was my music and
Yeah,
the harmony of that permeating my body whenever I did it and thought about it, or wrote it, or sang it. To me, that's the stuff that heals me. And if
yeah. I don't think people realize how much vibrations and music really heal a soul
you're right,
mm,
and really just help you out for real, like through a lot. Like it can really change things.
you're absolutely right. Vibrations, really, that's kind of it,
yeah.
man. I mean,
Harmony too. Like
Yes,
dissonance being the kind of sadness,
yes.
and then the harmony being like the something, the
Uplift.
balance.
yeah,
It's
if you find a great good balance, you have a little dissonance maybe, but it resolves into something powerful and harmonic, the harmonious, and it gets there in a very real, unexpected way, and that is really to me some of the greatest music that I love. Does that? I mean, it could be any style of music, but if it does that, I'm there.
have you ever been to like seen a symphony or anything?
No, I've always wanted to though. I
Oh,
love live instruments.
It's a trip. You got to see it.
yeah, there will be like a ton of dissonance going throughout, but sometimes they'll hit. I've only been like one or two but I just remember these moments where they hit these massive chords, like everyone's playing in harmony. There's so much dissonance going on the whole thing. When they hit those chords in harmony, you weep. You like
Yeah.
will literally feel the presence of,
Through your like and you will feel it through your body like and I trust me I know the feeling.
oh
That's why
man.
I want to see something like that in person so bad, just like I've literally as an artist, like because I never got to experience like really much before my seizures. I've only been to one concert.
Oh yeah, you gotta go.
Oh yeah.
Like I've never really got to experience like a lot of things. So it's like I really want to get into those experiences of seeing live bands and going to concerts and things like that. And that's what I'm working towards now for next year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, so you haven't been to concerts, but have you performed much live?
Yeah, I performed a lot live, um, and had to get very used to it because I'm such an introvert. I've been an introvert all my life. So it's like I never really like being in front of people or being around a lot of people or anything like that. And people who know me from school know this. And so to see me as an artist and being able to be in front of people, it's like very shocking to them, but they don't know at the same time. I'm just as shocked as y'all are because I never thought that I would do
I
this.
love it. I love it. I love it. I think
Yeah, I relate.
I know Donnell Vernon does, and I know my daughter
Wait,
does
what do
the
you mean
same
by
way.
that?
But my oldest daughter, Vernon's older sister, she was the shyest kid in school. I mean, we used to take her to school, and the teachers would say, "Well, she sits by herself. Can you? What, is that okay?"
Mhm.
And then one day she says to me, "Dad, I want to do music, and I want to perform like some club, and I want to work on these songs with you." I'm going, "What? Oh my goodness!" I was like floored. But what a thing it is, right? Music breaking out of the shell with music. That's sort of like
Yes,
being born into your true self through music.
yes.
It's
Music
like
helped me find out who I was. So
it's a teacher.
Oh
It
yeah.
is. It's a teacher, and it takes us on a journey. That's kind of like what Out of the Blue is about, because I talk about the idea of out of the blue is things that out there we don't know where they come from. These random events, the thing that cause you seizures, anything, even that's a bad out of the blue. But everything out of the blue, I think from my experience of talking about it a lot and in my life, is that everything coming from out of the blue has some sort of benevolent motive behind it. Like it's
yeah,
like it might be a direction change for your mind
yeah,
or your life. And it might suck, be a bad out of the blue event, but it did an invaluable thing to your soul's purpose. You found something that you needed to do as a result of that. And then you
definitely.
push on that path. And then more out of the blue things happen. That's what I want to hear. What next? What are the next out of the blue? Did you find like beautiful out of the blues and say write a certain song? Is there anything you've written that you want to talk about right now? An experience writing a new song or something like that? Or
I mean, my out of the my after my seizures, my I feel like dropping music was pretty good, but my most recent out of the blue moment was me getting into country music.
cool. I love it.
And it's something that I've always loved. I've always loved country music. I just never thought that I would actually be able to write it. And so to go through a experience where it was like I was pretty much just sitting in my car earlier this year and I don't know, like I was just listening to music and like for some reason I was really in my head and I like broke down and I was just asking God, like, just show me why I'm here. Like, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, am I going the right direction? Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I was in one of those states. And like the next day after I got out of that, I was like in such a good mood. And it was like I sat down and I started just listening to beats that my producer had sent to me. And I was just like, okay, I really like this one, but this doesn't seem like a regular type of beat that I would like really write something on. It seems like kind of like country like. And I was like, okay, so let me try something as an artist and just see what I can do with it and still be able to get my point across and get my like vibe on it. And like I don't want to sound like anyone or try to do anything that anybody else is doing. Like I just want to try it in my way. And so I wrote my first country song and now I'm 5 songs in.
Oh, cool. So cool. Oh man, that's great. I can relate to that a lot on a lot of levels. I mean, I've always appreciated country. I was not a country music fan per se. I mean, I appreciated it. And my uncles and my father were jazz musicians. And
Mm,
the first inspiration for music for me came from Louis Armstrong. because
Okay.
I was a little kid. I was probably five, really 5 years old. And I was sitting in front of the TV, and Louis Armstrong comes on playing When the Saints Come Marching In.
Hmm.
And I'm watching his fingers go down and his cheeks blowing out.
He
And
was
I'm going,
so cold.
I'm like, oh my God, I was transfixed, mesmerized. I said, I want to be that. I want to do that. And I didn't know it, but all of a sudden my uncles and they all appeared behind me and they go, look, it's the doctor. And they went, I said, oh shit, I want to be a doctor. And I told, and I told my mother that night when she put me to bed, I said, Mommy, I want to be a doctor. And my
She's like,
mother,
oh, sweet.
an Italian mother, either a doctor or a priest. That's all. That's what they want.
Yeah.
So I said that, and she was like, "Oh, this is great." And then she found out later that it was the wrong kind of doctor,
A
Gotta be
little,
surgical with the instruments, mom.
yeah,
a
yeah.
different type of doctor. But
Less pay for sure.
but I've always felt the same way about music, that it is like being a doctor.
Yeah,
You're in the business of healing, and you
yeah,
know what? What does it say? Physician, heal thyself. Well, you did that. You
yeah.
did that, Vernon. And I think I did it. I'm still doing it. Like you said, you had that feeling this morning, the other day, in your car that time. I had one of those
Uh-huh.
the other day too. I mean, God, give me my purpose. What is this going
Like
on?
just show me.
You know, we always. I think. Yeah, I think that's kind of life.
Yeah,
It's sort of a wave. Sometimes your peaks and valleys, but as you get better at life and staying in touch with your higher power, those peaks and valleys don't get as high or low. So you can handle the valley a little bit better and
definitely.
maybe get more out of it, because learning, I think that what it is to me is that we learn more from the bad out of the blues. And
Yeah.
sometimes the good out of the blues we take for granted.
Yeah,
I
I was
mean,
about to say you won't even appreciate them.
that's what I mean.
It's like you'll
Hmm.
be like, it'll just happen, and then you'll just kind of overlook it a little bit. And that's why I'm starting to catch myself on. I have to start congratulating myself and actually being more appreciative of the small things that I accomplish and the small things that are coming into my life and the little blessings. Because I will overlook certain things, and it's like I shouldn't be overlooking this because this is getting ready. This is getting me ready for my bigger blessing. And so I need to appreciate and accept every single one of these little accomplishments that I make, whether it's checking something off my checklist or making a new song or dropping something or me getting the opportunity and somebody didn't have to reach out to me. They just decided to think about me. And it's not something that's given. It's just something that it's a blessing that someone thought of you at that moment. And you'll take it for granted sometimes, like, oh yeah, the person was supposed to hit me up. I was supposed to be on this show. And it's like, no, you're what? You wasn't.
I love
It
it.
just
I love it.
happened
For me, and I
that
needed
God
to.
put you on their mind.
I'm telling you right now, you have no idea how much I needed to hear that. Thank you for that.
Really?
I'm not kidding. That is something I need to hear because I myself am guilty of not appreciating those things. I found that I was taking things that were good and thinking, well, I deserve that.
Hmm.
I'm supposed to
And
get
I
that.
was doing that same thing. And I was like, man, I got to stop doing that.
You gotta. Thank you so much. I That's exactly what I need to do. I mean, it's like I was talking about it just the other day with somebody saying that to me. Exactly that. Vern, you're too hard on yourself. Then you don't appreciate the little things.
I have people tell me that all the time. They're like, bro, you got to cut a little slack on yourself, man. Like,
That's what
it's
it
like
is.
you appreciate what you're doing, bro. You went through 5.5 years of seizures, bro, and you're still pushing to try to do better and be better. You're still making music. Be appreciative. And I sit back and I'll be like, oh, I kind of have took this for granted. It's
Yeah.
like even though I'm very appreciative, the way that I've been kind of acting with it is, yeah, I've took it for granted a little bit. I need to hone back in and be more appreciative because I'm not supposed to be here. I'm here because God wants me to be here, and He's giving me these opportunities that I need to be 100% grateful for, instead of making it seem like, oh, yeah, I do this music and my music is good. I'm supposed to be on this stage. This is like, no, 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 because things can be a totally different way. But things are the way that they are because of what God wants you to do and where He wants you to be. And I have to be way more appreciative of that because I've definitely fallen victim to just feeling like, okay, yeah, I feel like I'm slipping a little bit. Like I feel like I'm like this is supposed to happen to me. Like I'm supposed to be getting this stuff because of what I went through.
Right, 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 right. It's almost like, yeah, that's how we do it. That's how we take it for granted because of, I don't know, it's some trick of the mind that we fall into.
Yeah, taking that moment, just like being strong enough to take a moment and be like, all right, all right, ego, maybe relax for a second.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I need to look at this situation from like a step back. And like
Yes.
that practice too. It's hard, man, to
Oh
get
yeah.
yourself out of whatever maybe you're dwelling on something.
That's one thing. That's another thing too. I like that you just said that we have to stop living in the past.
Yeah,
Big
I
one
get
that,
so stuck in the past. Oh my goodness, I hate it so much.
right. And it's
wow.
I've been reading about the fact that it isn't real. Like a lot of stuff that I've been into lately has been about like the now being all that really
That's
exists.
all that matters. Like
It's all that
everything
matters.
that we went through, we went through it. It's gone now.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've
All
learned
done.
from it. Now we have to grow from it. It's like so I be having to catch myself like, why are you so stuck on the past? Why are you so stuck on yesterday? Yesterday is over. It's not coming back. I can't get that day back. I can't rewind what I did or nothing like that. All I can do is try to be better today. But I can't be better today if I'm steady focused on what I didn't do right yesterday.
Right. Like and letting it define how you view yourself. Oh man, it's such a trap.
And then there's the other trap is the future. You
Yeah,
say,
that's like the anxiety. Like, what's gonna happen? What's it gonna be like? Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna be proud of where
Yeah,
I'm
I've
at?
learned planning too much is not good.
Oh gosh,
yeah,
no.
Oh, it's so stressful. Planning yourself too much ahead, you will put so much stress on yourself because you cannot control everything that's in your future.
no
You just
way.
have to
Yeah,
naturally let things flow and
right.
have your mindset of, okay, this is the path I'm on and this is what I'm going to do. But planning your future so far to the point was like, yeah, I'm going to be good about 31. I'm going to have this together. I'm going to have this together. When you get to those points and you're not where you want, like saying you're going, oh, you will disappoint yourself. And that will make a person quit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean it's like how you were presented with a like a country music beat, and instead of having like a rigid plan for your future, you were like, well, this isn't really something I do, but let's see how this path goes. Like that just
Yeah.
reminds me of like not having such a strict plan, but being
Yeah.
open because you close yourself off to opportunities if you like, no, it's supposed to go this way.
You'll be
You
stuck right there.
yeah, you get stuck. And then you end up disappointing yourself because what's the saying? If you want to make God laugh, show him your plans.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
man plans and God laughs.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a good saying though.
So yeah, you pivoted to like a country
Oh yeah.
sort of vibe.
Oh
And
yeah.
How do you feel about that?
To be honest, I love it. And it's crazy because it comes just as, if not more natural to me than my hip hop does. It makes it it makes me know that it's something that I should be doing. Because if it was hard and it was something that I was challenging with and things like that, then I would probably have a second guess on it. But the fact that it's so natural and it sounds so good to me, like it's like, okay, this was supposed to be something that I got into. It just took me to grow up as an artist a little bit, find my voice a little bit more, and really have more things to talk about in order to get to this phase. So I'm working on my project. It's called Cowboy Griffey, and it'll have 6 to 7 songs on there. Right now, I have 5, and I'm planning on writing 1 or 2 more.
Where do you upload your music? I looked you up on Spotify and I didn't see you on there, which I
I took every
respect.
I took everything off. I took everything
Nice.
off of streaming platforms. I personally want to create my own website to
Hmm.
where if my fans want to listen to my music, they can just pay a simple $3.99 and have access to my full category of music and things like that. But I also drop on YouTube just because I love YouTube. But I took all my music off streaming platforms at the moment just to figure out exactly how I'm going to make that work.
Yeah, I think
I
you're,
respect it,
I
man.
totally respect that too. I've had,
Spotify it's an upsetting
Man,
business. It really
it's
is.
the most stupid thing ever.
I
Uh,
was on Spotify, when it started, and one time I got a check for 250,000 plays, and I got $250.
Hmm
that's even better than
That's
it is
I
now.
was just about to say that's better than what I would get now if I had 250,000 plays.
Yeah, I think a million streams gets you like 4 grand.
And that's not shit.
They've gone
That's not,
down. They've
that's
gotten
so
less. They've
sad.
gotten less. That was the rate of 1 cent a stream.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
less. It's like
Yeah, I was about to say it's
point
like
three, something like that.
something.
Cents.
Yeah, it's something. Is I know it's lower than a cent though.
Yes, and now they just updated the terms of like agreement. Now they have every right to use everything as much as they want except the music. So your visuals, your bio,
Mm.
it's all stuff that they can don't get me started. I'm
Yeah.
like,
well, it's a
I don't
conundrum
want
for
to
sure.
That's why I'm happy I took that look. I took all my stuff off and I was like, I gotta find a better way to distribute my music because
that's smart.
I'm inspired by you, kid. I'm going to probably try to take my stuff off Spotify and do something just like you're saying.
yes, and just because it's our fans. It's our people. It's like some why are we sending everybody to you and you're barely even paying us anything and we're the one who keeping y'all alive.
And that's
I'd
common
rather
sense, kid. That's common sense.
it's like I would rather just make my own website to where people can buy merch, people can watch my videos, people can download my songs, people can do anything they want to with my music and the things that I have going on for a simple price that you're going to pay for all of these other apps anyways.
Hmm.
I love
And
it.
it's like if you're a true fan and somebody who really loves me and somebody who really wants to see me make it, $3.99 isn't going to be much for somebody who actually wants to show support.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I love that idea. I think you're right, the right idea. I mean, Prince did the same thing. He took all his stuff off streaming services right away. He's one of the first guys that went public about that. Always respected it. Um, it's good to have, a great, you're building your platform. You're building your own um, platform by gigging and how often do you gig?
I've been out a lot this year. I've done like maybe 15 to 20 podcasts, and I think I've done like 30 shows so far this year.
That's not bad. That's pretty good. You're pretty busy.
Nice.
I'm supposed to be doing a lot more. It's just I've dealt with, it's like I've been in this little storm, right? And it's like God got me in this vice to where like he just working on me. So I ain't going down, but it don't feel like I'm going up right now.
I hear you.
So he just I'm in the middle of him working on me. And so
Ah,
like things keep messing up and things keep going. So it's like I've missed out on opportunities, haven't been able to pay for certain things because I'm trying to get caught up with other things in real life. And then it's like not having people who I don't have people who invest in me or like people who will put money behind me or believe in me like that. I've never had that. So me, I've just always everything that I've done and as far as I've got now has come from literally just my hard work since my seizures.
I love it.
And so it's just like it takes a lot, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I mean, in
Yeah.
my experiences in the music business have taught me that explicitly that you definitely should be the one taking charge of your own music and your own image and you should definitely not everything like if an investor comes along, it might be great, you never know, but
Yeah, but sometimes it's
it always comes with a price, you know.
mhm,
There is a give, you're going to
Yeah.
pay something. You're going to pay something for that.
definitely.
I'm dealing with something right now kind of like that. I have a 50-50 deal where I get access to a studio. Um, but they get 50% of the ownership of like the
Of the
masters.
thing that you record.
Yeah, and that's the lifeblood of the musician is the master. That's the
Yeah,
thing. And I'm sort of there's a pressure to get it done. There's a sort of different motivation behind the finished products between me and them. And I think I'm super grateful for this opportunity because like you, I'm not really I've never really had like a label or like an investor back me, but definitely take like having full authority over your own art is always the way to go.
definitely. I turned down the deal because they wanted to pretty much own everything that I recorded for the full year and 6 months. And they were pretty much saying that they would be picking the people that I worked with, and if they liked an idea, and even if I didn't like the idea because I'm signed to them, I would still have to do the idea.
Oh
And
yeah.
so it was like one of those like 360, let me fuck you. I'll give you some quick money,
Right.
but I'm gonna fuck you in the end. And that's pretty much what it was. So I had to deny that, even though it hurt my heart to deny it. It was
Totally.
just like, oh, I can't do it to myself. Like I feel like if I deny it, something better gonna come.
You
But it's
know,
just like,
dude, you just
man,
saying that, I just got like goosebumps because that's like the selling out that you hear about growing up. And like that, I feel like it's impossible to prove, but that kind of thing is rewarded
it is.
because you're not letting go of what actually you're doing it for.
Yeah,
So, I commend you, man, because anyone dangles money in front of me, like
man.
I just did some gigs for Disney, dude. I was like, and I'm sitting there thinking like Disney's such a messed up conglomerate company. I'm just getting paid by the
But it's like I
man.
need this money,
I
man.
know I need to survive. So, I respect it. If you keep thinking like that, the right people will gravitate toward you for
I
sure.
appreciate that.
So as we get ready to say bye-bye to everybody who's just tuned into this wonderful, amazing podcast with featuring Kidd Griffey. Kidd, what would you like to leave people with to think about your whole experience of Out of the Blue, coming on the show with us and talking about everything in your life in general? What statement do you think would sum it all up that you could leave our audience with?
Such a hard question.
It's
It
not
is.
supposed to be easy.
It is.
This is this is that homework.
But um, I think the one thing that I would say, like if I had to put it into one sentence, just never quit on yourself. Like no matter what you're facing, no matter what you're going through, there's always an outcome, like in every situation. And to not figure out that outcome, it feels like everything that you went through is wasted. So it's like some just never quit. You never know when you're a step away. Like you never know when you're two steps away. You never know when your blessing is right around the corner. And the moment that you give up, you might be missing out on that blessing. So never quit on yourself, never give up. And then just always believe in your passion. Like just believe in yourself. That's the number one thing. Like
Well, thank you so much, Kidd Griffey, the Kidd Griffey.
I
And
appreciate you guys for having me.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
you
Thanks
so
for
much.
coming.
And thank you, Vernon, the
Of
third
course.
from
Nice
LA.
to meet you, my man.
And
Nice
nice,
to meet you, man.
so
If
good
you're
to
in
meet.
LA, let me know.
Oh, I'll definitely be out there.
And I always want to leave you one thing. You're now in the Out of the Blue family. So you got us for life, man. That's it.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you guys so much. This was one of the best interviews I've had in a long time. I needed this.
Oh, we
Nice.
needed
Me
you
too,
too.
man.
Thank you so
I
much.
needed it.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us on Out of the Blue. Keep rocking, keep countrying, keep music alive. Do it up, man. Never quit. That's the definite big statement here,
Never
right here.
quit.
You never know that miracle might be right around the corner. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. See you
See
later.
you
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye. Out of the Blue the podcast. Hosted by me, Vernon West. Co-hosted by Vernon West III. Edited by Joe Gallo. Music and logo by Vernon West III. Have an Out of the Blue story of your own you'd like to share? Reach us at info@outoftheblue-thepodcast.org. Subscribe to Out of the Blue on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and on our website, outoftheblue-thepodcast.org.